Is now we're talking 5-0 stretch for the map 5. It's one of those things, Joe, you just keep getting reps. Eventually you're gonna get better.
Yeah, and it just got over the hump. As soon as you win one, you win another one. Obviously the roster change comes into play, but maybe the new group, new mentality for it. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm a bit surprised they're in the AC holding on, because it just felt like they were in a downward spiral. Other teams were getting better, but here they are. They get a big win, and yeah, they are the gatekeepers right now.
Well, that's what's crazy when it's this tight. It's just one massive win could be the difference, but can you get another one here against another top 4 squad in NYSL? We'll kick things off. Map 1, sub base, Rocker, Subliners, the super sub and Spark, his POV to get us locked and loaded into this one. What are your thoughts on this map 1, Joe, as Hydra gets the opener?
Well, I think for New York, it's sort of, you know, it's a map they've always played throughout the year. So it should be a strong map for them, something that they've relied on. They've played the top 4 and a good start here. I think for Minnesota, I think one thing you can take away from that Opti series is that Linz, especially in the hardpoints, was on point. He was back into his form, it felt like. I just don't know if sub base is going to play into that, right? You can get spawn trapped. He's not going to be able to use his sub very often, so I'm looking at him to see how consistent he is on this map.
Hey, this is interesting for some of the top 4 teams and why we've seen some upsets too. Like, you're just getting, we know how online can be. People will complain about it. It's tough to maybe have all the passionate times. It is what it is. You have to bring it, but right now, you know, for any of those teams not in the top 4, any teams not locked in, you are getting their 100% every series.
No doubt about it. Yeah, I mean, again, because they have that win last weekend, they're in the A spot, they're 10 points up. Like, you're going to have to deal with this situation, but
you're not comfortable though.
You're not comfortable whatsoever. And they're not comfortable in this map because they don't have a point.
You got 0 for Gunless, 0 for Standy, 0 on the scoreboard. It's a nightmare start here for Rocker, but everything you want in a Subliners team is trying to bounce back and get things going. 5, not quite number 6 for the streak for Sib as he will fall. But you got a 6-1 start for Hydra. And listen, I'm yelling out stats for the players. Who cares? The score's 74-0. Only thing that's going to matter here, I thought maybe a point on the board for Rocker, but it's not going to come through. They dive in, but not in there a second for the tick, and then everybody gets mopped up.
They're gonna spawn out here. This is okay.
Oh god.
All the purple arrows are gonna spawn on the top side of your map, and we still don't have a point. P3 is about to spawn in. I mean, props in New York. This is how you come out in a first map series, and maybe a bit of a trap match where, yeah, there is a fill-in.
There's a fill-in, and I feel like it shouldn't be a trap considering what just happened to you with the loss of Vegas, like coming off of an Optic victory. Like, you would think you would be dialed in, and well, they are. 101. Not Dalmatians, just the scoreboard as Subliners are just dominant. They continue to fire on all cylinders, and they've still got this next hardpoint locked. Not an opening on the map anywhere as Sib and Hydra lock down the angles, continue to shut it down, and this is the worst start we've seen for a team in quite some time.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, what was it, like Thieves Ultra Raid? Remember that one? It was like 250. That was another one. All right, we're on the board though. Purple is on the board. Rocker are in, but on rotation, it's all New York.
Yeah, it's like Rocker, have they spawned in too late? This is one of those deficits. Yeah, gonna be real tough to come back from, but maybe they can at least get the guns hot thinking about a map 2. Don't want to write them off yet. We know some crazy comebacks can happen, but this is a detrimental start if you are trying to win a map.
I mean, you don't want to write them off, but if they had like a P4 or hold, then I would say that, but I might write them off. Yeah, this is just, this is a tough one to come back. This is what sub-base can be, right? This is why some teams sort of avoid this, and I think that where at times you see a lot of our top teams, they will play it versus teams they just feel they're better than.
Well, Gunless is starting to get going. He's from 1-6 to 5 straight. Standy still trying to spawn in. He's at 1-10. Can't really get anything going. Over to Spark, maybe trying to rally the troops now. Listen, and we know Lamar, you know, statistically he may not always be a monster, but the reason the guy always is finding himself on rosters, yes, he's good at playing the game. Sure, he's good at the networking side, but like we know he can be a leader in game and out of game.
No, 100%. Yeah, I mean he's a guy that's making sure they have a play style, they have an identity, right? You need someone to create that. You need someone to keep someone responsible with what they're doing. Yeah, he's their guy for them, but again, on this rotation, New York are there, and yeah, for Rocker, you're probably just thinking, I mean, at some point, you're probably just gonna laugh about this, like, honestly.
I think you've got to. I mean, we've had some really bad score lines where you like end up getting over the 100-point threshold, avoid that kind of talk, but lord, they have been on the poor side of every rotation, having to trek across the map and try to find an opener. They get some entries there and just get bodies. I imagine on the subliner side, you gotta be laughing it up, having some fun. Let's go to listen in with New York subliners.
Are they white behind me?
I don't see him. I don't see him.
They might be white.
One shot. Barrel's coming out too. Out too.
I have your mid. Nothing white. Nothing white. I have your mid barrels. I'm shifting. I'm shifting comms. I'm giving up white. They're gonna be top 3. I'm holding top.
Pierce's top comes in you, Bono.
I'm just playing kills. They're dead. Yo, weapons going third again. Comes dead. Heli, guys. Weapons. Heli, your weapons. Yo, one's on P1.
Last guy.
Eli weak. Eli absolute dead.
Nice.
Bottom comms.
I'm picking up white.
Tell me, watch your play soft on P5 or white, bro. I have bottom comms. I have
one shot white.
Get time.
Top white.
Bottom comms me.
Top tower.
Bottom comms on the right.
Bottom comms and top tower.
Lynn's shooting.
Nice. One top tower. Spark.
Nice. Bottom comms again. Bottom comms again. Left side. Bottom comms. On in lockers. Bottom comms. Sandy. Lockers dead. Nice. Get third. You guys get time. Look at one shot. Make sure you have it right. Make sure you have it right. Look your river from time. Look your river. Bottom comms. They could be river. Bottom comms. One shot dead.
Nothing right. Nothing white.
I saw your bottom comms. Yo, bottom comms. No. Yeah, they can be bottom comms. I'm one shot. I have nothing. Bottom comms needed, Paco. I have over you. Play our side. Bottom comms right side on the cutty, the front corner, if that makes sense. Yeah, heard you. Bottom comms in. Watch your river.
Middle dead.
I'm seeing you. Bottom comms. Heard you. Nice, shit, 3. I have all comms.
It's not laughs. It's guys that are dialed in right now, trying to put through the finishing blow. Just need 10 more points. I think they get the tick here if they're able to do it. You're spawning out so deep. This might be done. We're looking at a 250 to 38 score line. A masterclass from NYSL in map 1. Lord almighty. Now the laughs come out. Kismet, he's having a laugh. Oh. Woo.
I mean, not much else to say on that one.
Look at this, guys.
I think on the New York side, a lot of the times when you're a team sort of rocking and rolling the way they were, someone that kind of says like, hey guys, like we can keep them at 30 points. Like, let's go. Like, turn it up.
Yeah.
Bury them. So I'm glad we had to, that's why you're hearing the listen. Like, there was nothing else, just game comps.
No, I thought it would be just knowing sort of the personalities you have there and how skies can be and stuff. I thought it would be more like laughing it up at, like when they're up 200, but no, they were dialed in, looking to put them away. And I guess that makes sense for a New York team that's had some tough losses. They've obviously not been playing to the best that they're capable of, but Hydra, 20-7 from him. These are some of the weirdest looking stats I've seen in a hardpoint. Like the only players that like have damage numbers that look like normal, like Sib and Hydra, kind of, they'd be like low end damage
pretty
numbers.
Low, yeah.
Like when
I mean, that's just you got spawn trapped the entire time on sub base.
Lynn's the only player over 2,000 damage in a. Those are like S&D damage numbers.
They are. No, it was the weirdest map of the year. I mean, not the weirdest. It was very one-sided. And you can see some of the rocker guys got up, and I think you just got to shake that one off. I see Lynn's laughing, which I think I'm just kind of happy about. Like, honestly, just, well, that happened. Like, screw it. Let's lock it on map 2.
Danny, a producer, my ear said, what's it called with the NFL? What's the first time you ever had the score? What the heck is the thing called?
Scoregami?
Yeah, I guess that's the first time we ever had 250 to 38.
Scoregami.
Scoregami. As we have that in the map 1. One other thing to chat about is mostly we were chatting storylines and maybe frustrations for Rocker.
I didn't really know what to talk about.
Yeah, no, sometimes when it's like that, it's like, holy hell, you feel bad for a team as subliners just pouring it on. I kind of wonder what subliners we were going to get this week, and wow, they come in and take advantage of map 1.
Well, I mean, I think we're wondering every week which subline we are going to get. But yeah, very strong start here for New York. But you kind of heard the desk talk about it. It's like, what has been the one game mode, though, this team can rely on has been S&D, but this stage, they are 2-4. So, like, we go to a game mode where, like, yeah, it's great to get a huge win like this to, all right, let's make sure they're locked back into sort of what they're best in search.
Why, what was the series? Oh, God. Was that the Carolina series? What series was it where we cast? Like, the Hardpoint was ugly, but then, like, their 2 and 3 were unbelievable.
It was Carolina, yeah.
It was the Carolina series. Like, you still see those glimpses where they can be lights out in those modes, especially if you get them like a Highrise Control, or maybe it's the Heretic series I'm thinking of. But regardless, that is an interesting game flow chart. When your point doesn't start until you're basically going to do a P3.
It's not great.
No.
That's a game flow chart right there.
Nice and slow and fast and steady, I guess, there from New York. That looks so weird. Like the scoreboard, like, listen, the gameplay was something, don't get me wrong, but like when you see the stats after, it just looks so strange.
There were just like no trades. like I don't know. It's just a lot to a little.
Yeah.
All right, that's map 2.
There is a murder on sub base. Rocker trying to revive now. And, well, I mean, it's a team that's no stranger. Listen, organization is no strangers to having to bounce back. I mean, this is a team that, you're in a 4-0 hold, a best of 9, and able to do it. Listen, completely different players, but just from an org standpoint, listen, you're able to fire back.
This year's standpoint.
True. You've had to fight back and get to game 5s all year long, just whether you've been able to win them, and as of late, you've been able to win more of them. But now we look forward to a map 2. Joe, what are your thoughts as we get ready for a Highrise?
I don't know what Highrise, but yeah, it's New York's best search on the year. 6-1, and I feel like Highrise for them. I don't know. They're just comfortable on that map. Even their control, I think they're the best Highrise control team. So it's going to be tough for Minnesota Rocker. On the other side, if you're looking at this from Rocker, like Highrise is just very simple. I don't know. Like, there's not a lot to it in terms of search. So when you're bringing in a fill-in Spart, it's just sort of like, let's just win some MCW AR gunfights.
Yeah, no, it really can be that straightforward. So we'll see if they'll be able to do it here. But we talked about S&D over the last 60 days. You're first if you're New York subliners. You said one of those they can rely on until they can't at times. On the other side of it, 9th for Rocker, who are going to try to answer back. I know when I think about Highrise and search for Rocker, I think about Standy as the guy that's been able to put up numbers on this map consistently, but you do have a different team here. And it's one of those, like we always say in the hardpoint, when you're getting decimated, like, are they going to get the guns hard? Are they going to start firing back a little bit? Are they going to come alive? They never did. They were just, they were just dead.
Snowmen.
Like rolling around on the ground, just dead. Like in New York, where like Sid was kicking the body. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That was violent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, Miles. That was something.
Crazy one. As we now get ready for the map 2. Here we go. We'll see if Rocker can fire back. Standy can be a magician on this map, but subliners have the ability to be so lights out. Hydra can be a threat at any time. The magician looking to get into work, but he's been stunned up, and now with smokes on either side, gonna have to back up for now that offensive push.
Yeah, I mean, Minnesota sees that smoke beat on. They're just like, let's throw a couple of stuns at this. So they stop that from happening. Gonna keep Linz alive. Linz gonna be inside the B bomb site, but almost gets sandwiched out, but he just kind of dips. So now he's hunting. He's staying aggressive. I think Skies might see him though. Gives a call out. Ready for one. He's much more comfortable with that rival in hand. Almost snaps onto the second.
Yeah, big trade there from Kismet, or things could have got out of hand early. Gunless still posted up deep.
He's still warming up.
Yeah, a little. Why did it look like he was like shooting like target practice there like this? Like, fine, I'll shoot a propane tank. I was gonna shoot my gun. I had 17 bullets fired in the map 1. Standy trying to pound. Second one, he's got the gunny. Standy being a playmaker. 25 on the clock. Standy. Kismet. They may both spot each other there. I didn't see.
Yeah, but time. I mean, you do not have a lot of time, so you gotta go.
Realizing the pressure is on. Now has got to go. Does he get a gunfight? Not going to happen. Needed to make the play a little bit earlier to give himself a chance. Kismet with the check. The rival up close. Stops any kind of crazy clutch there from Standy.
Yeah, I think he's just got to look for that a little bit sooner. As soon as he hits the 150, there's 27 seconds left, I believe, when he gets into a 1v1. So a couple of seconds to kind of regen, but you got to be looking for that.
It's like you almost at that point like have to sprint at him and just, try to drop shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. It's just a map where, someone like Kismet who gets a big 3 in the round, like you might be able to catch them sprinting, like crossing to the bomb. That's what Standy's hoping for, but it just feels like you got to be a little bit more proactive.
There's not like a lot of big windows there to even get like a 4-bullet kill through. Like it's so tough. But big round from Standy, eclipsed by a big round from Kismet.
Yeah, sure, why not?
They'll start out 3-0, and well, you get 6-7 tags there, I think, from Hydra at range, but it'll be Linz with the first blood on Disguise. A second one to follow that up. Linz opening up this subliners defense.
So, I mean, just spread out, right? Offense, just sort of finding picks. Able to do that behind Linz. Gunless is going to find another one. Now all down to Sib. Standy worked his way through underground to get into that spot, but yeah, spread the map. Don't get picked, and if you win some of these, you're going to get rounds on the board.
Yeah, I mean, the second Linz got a second one. I mean, this map in particular, we talk about being pretty straightforward. Like, it feels like a lot of times when you get a kill, it's just tough to get to another spot where you're not, like, isolated.
Yeah.
Like, it should just be difficult.
Someone's going to get an angle on you normally.
Usually, but the second You get another one not traded. The round just gets flipped on its head.
Jumped off helipad and was able to spot Kiz, so great play right there from Linz.
Yeah. Terrific job there from Linz. We now tied up at 1-1. Hydra, Skies, Spart all still looking for their first, and this one we'll see if they get involved in the round 3. It's quick up the gut. Similar to what they wanted to do in that first round. I thought Kismet was dead to rights early on, but he'll get dropped. With those opening shots into Hydra, was he the one that was like 1-2?
Yeah, they were both weak. Yeah, I think both
had to
very weak. So good shots by Rocker, and I liked it out of New York. They've been throwing that smoke constantly, but it's one of those things where someone's got to hit a stun or a nade onto that player to make sure it is not that easy of a fight.
Nearly get 2. Well, I guess ultimately it leads to 2 as Rocker have got Subliners second-guessing things in this round 3. Skies and Sib trying to bring him back. Sib was able to get one in the last round to give them a chance, but I think it was Skies or Hydra drop right after and things started to fall apart. This time you're both able to stay up, so chance to bring this back at a 2 versus 4. You know, Skies and Sib can both be shooters for this squad. You give them some 1v1s or they can get out. They can make plays, maybe finding an opening, but then shooting. It's Skies able to bring it back. Consider trying to get away, but he's so weak, just nowhere else to hide. Another round of Rocker just brushing off that map 1.
Yeah, it's kind of what you were talking about, like allowing them to maybe get out with their lives, but the setup was just there for Rocker, right? You had all 3 players near elevators, all different angles, all different heights, so as soon as a gunfight started, someone was flying in. Skies though with a beautiful drop shot. But as, yeah, Rocker just stopped that push into B.
Yeah, I mean, it's absurd he got the 1, but it just didn't matter at that point. Like, it takes so long to get back to 150. They're all so close. There's nowhere to scramble. Best of luck. And good job isolating him in Rocker. 3 straight for Gunless, 3 straight for Linz. Linz trying to get involved early, but the stun will hit, so the gig is up for him on the push. He's going to have to reposition, but a lot to work with here as he can just hit bottom mid.
Yeah, Kismet's just going to give that call out to his teammates. New York don't really get that active behind it. They're just making sure they're locking things down, but Linz is going to find a freebie onto Sib. Hydra kind of lurked on over just in case anyone was still up towards A. So you get another first blood. He's on 4 in a row. Clearing all the angles, making sure Standy can get this bomb down.
Yeah, I mean, they're just finding all the first bloods. All the early actions been the way of Rocker. Bomb planted, able to reposition. Where do the gunfights go now? Linz trying to be the playmaker. He's 6-1, he's 5 straight. Maybe looking for a streak. It's gonna be down to Skies and Kismet now in the 2 versus 3. Kismet has been spotted.
Nice.
That's it. Fantastic shots there from behind the pole.
Yeah, I mean, Kiz knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing with that slide. He's been on the opposite side of that gunfight, I'm sure, many of times. So he's like, I'm going to slide behind this, but 2v2, 20 seconds to go. Linz is trying to find the cruise. He's got a 1v1 now to give his team a 3-1 lead and the streak. Just able to spot him, and he wins the round.
I mean, that you get everything you want there. If you're Rocker, you get the round win, you get the streak. You've had numbers advantage. It feels like at all times outside of that round 1. Obviously a bit worried after the map 1, but
honestly,
don't seem to care.
We had the Kaicaster skip. I wasn't sure when we were coming back from it if like Kismet saw him because he was hopping that fence.
Yeah. It's like for the most part, the little skips like aren't that big of a deal, but every now and then they happen at a point where it's like, I don't know.
That guy somehow got 2.
Yeah. I never know, like, if it's different feeds and if they're seeing it at home, too, like, what it looks like. So I'm always like, I don't even know if I want to point it out, but I'm confused. Oh, thankfully it's not too often. But now, yeah, Linz trying to get back to work. Been a First Blood Reaper in this one at 7-1, but this time he's going to get picked. Hydra, they're through with the rival, able to shut down that crazy streak.
I mean, he was just, like, wide open. They're trying to put team nades on the top heli, and he just ends up getting caught, so... Maybe just thinks he's got a little bit more cover or didn't realize he backed all the way up into that spot, but yeah, kind of gives up a freebie. Gunless is able to bring this back to make this into a 2-on-3.
Sib, though, is hunting. That's a tough fight, though. Gonna want to reposition from that. Standy now. He's hitting. He gets another. It's all the Renetti's popping off. Sky's able to win that one. Down to a 1 versus 1. Trying to continue dancing. 20 seconds on the clock. Oh, God.
He's jumping.
Standy is hopping back and forth. He's in his second one-on-one of this series, and again, it looks like it's gonna be time, as I thought the movement awkward there from Skies, but it's a story of Renetti's as they are finding all the kills and Subliners getting massive round there to get back into this map too.
Massive round because they almost threw that sucker away.
Yeah,
2 versus 4, and Yeah, I mean, maybe just a little lackadaisical after that map one, which it's tough to blame them, but one of those rounds where I think they just know they have the numbers. They're just trying to fly and get the trades, and Standy was able to bring it back. You just see their POVs. They're just kind of sprinting around.
I'm sure the map 1 scoreline is a part of some of this. I imagine.
Sure, I think the other part's like, yeah, I just wanted 5. You know, the Des was talking about sort of his search hasn't been the best this stage.
Get him to his spots. The guy can be so lethal, and they try to do it here. Able to get that first blood. You're just talking about him. He's able to do it. Gunless brings it right back, though. Skies goes for a trade onto Gunless and can't get it done either. He gets peppered with bullets. Is almost 2 for Gunless. So now we slow things down in this 3 versus 3 as Minnesota Rockers start to work this execute behind a kill off Standy.
And we've had this 1v1 multiple times. Standy's able to find the double. Kismet has been hunting down Spart round after round. And well, the staircase, no aim assist. We didn't see it, but Standy's double the difference maker.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of those that's one of those gunfights where you just want to put your head through a monitor. It is what it is. Those are tough ones.
Nobody put their head through a monitor.
It's funny like how clean that looks for Spart on his side. It just looked like a nightmare on Kiz's. But I mean, it could be bad from either angle, but holy. But yeah, Standy makes the play. I'm not surprised. I mean, that guy, even in losses, has found so many kills on this particular map. And he's leading the way right now with Lens. Lens was the kind of the go-getter. Guy setting stuff up in the early going. Now Standy starting to take over a bit.
They still have that cruise.
True. But it looks like it's going to be a battle here, and it's another one for Standy. If the team shots hit, they continue to send it forward. 8 for Standy, 8 for Lens. They're sending it.
Yeah, he's going to keep on pushing forward. Might catch Sib off guard here. Sure does.
Sure did.
And that is just a hard counter. That is a day one. Let's just stack B Street, hit our nades, win the gunfights, and Minnesota are 1 round away from tying this up.
I think Lens and Standy got the final 2 as well, so they're going to be up to 9 apiece. A dynamic duo here in the map, too, certainly popping off. Some leg work to do if you're going to bring it back now. If you are the New York side of things, they've just been in a hole. So
yeah, I mean, this is sort
even
of
when they've had advantage, they've almost thrown it away.
It's just been tough for New York. I mean, within a series, you watch one map, you're like, we're back. The next map, it's gone again. We're back. Like, it just feels so map dependent, sometimes game mode dependent,
sometimes day of the week.
Yeah, I don't know.
Consistency has certainly not been the middle name of NYSL, but still a chance to bring this back. If they can slow down Standy or Lens, that would be the first step. Hydra a chance to do that. Damage in, can't finish it, and then Hydra must got ripped because Standy, they just get a few bullets in together, and they're able to take him down. You got 4 straight now for Standy. They have a 3v2 advantage, looking to go for the jugular here.
I mean, this trio, the Rocker trio, is just owning B. They've left Spart on an island towards A this entire map. And they have done so well. As Spart is like, I'm here, I got you guys. He's got 3 in a row, able to find Sim. Now a 1 versus 2. That 1v1 happens again, and it's been all Kiz.
Kiz, gunless for the map. Okay, I was thinking at first, I thought Gunless was like staring at him. I'm thinking he's on a heady. Good luck with that, and Kismet just puts him in the dirt.
Did like a couple of his hipfire shots hit?
He died so fast, right?
I think his hipfire hit.
Like, did Gunless sprain his ankle right before the gunfight?
I don't even know if Gunless was looking down there.
No, he must not have been. No, he must not have been. I thought he was at first.
All right, so this is the first one. Nice timing on the Spart. No, it's just good.
Great shots.
Yeah, great centering.
Whew. Clean there from Kiz. As round by round we go deeper into this one. He's on 9 now, matching the deadly duo of Standy and Lens. Offense again for subliners. They've had a lot of mid-B aggression. B dominated by Rocker on both sides of the map. A chance to isolate Kiz now. As you've got 2 players working this, how many can he take out? The answer is both. The Bulldog, he's barking. 11 and 6, 4 straight. Take it over. Is now it's Spart, last alive.
I mean, again, you kind of switch it up, but you're taking a risk. Last round, it was B Street. This time, you try to get aggressive through A. Spart's able to find one, but Kismet was ready for it. And I think a lot of the times, that's just sort of, I have to get the trade in which you're hoping your teammate puts a bullet in, but like, Yeah, S&D doesn't have to chow that second gunfight.
No, he took no damage.
No damage whatsoever. Yeah. It's just sort of.
Oh, sorry, I lied. He hit the 122, so he took a bullet.
Muscle memory from our players, like always trading. That's probably just one I'm like, I don't think I can trade that one.
It's just like an instinct. You just want to trade the bullet.
No, I know it's an instinct.
Want to trade? Got to help the homie. Instead, you're both dead, and the round's over. 5 straight now for Kismet. Now, can he get a streak to maybe match what you have on the other side of it?
Lynn still has it, right?
I haven't heard it.
Okay. It does still have it. It's just a question. When are we going to use this?
Usually, even if we don't catch it on Codcaster, we'll hear it. So, okay, well.
And you get a first blood behind Gunless.
And he delivers. Gunless the pick. Now the missile not going to connect, but wide open bomb site means S&D able to get into position.
Well, the thing is, though, is he boosts that, so you don't really float that in the air for very long. So you do get S&D into the bomb set, but he has to, like, climb. So now he's going to start the plant. This will allow New York to reposition.
3v4 for Subliners to get this to a round 11. They need the kills, the defuse, the round if we're going to go the entire way, and they have a lot of work to do. Can you get Kismet a streak? Will it even matter based on the time remaining? Gunless with a little bit of spray to make sure nobody's on it. Trying to lurk through. It's Hydra not going to happen. Gunless S&D, step up. Kismet's been the playmaker, but he is getting chased down. The comeback gets shut down. Rocker answer back, and now map 1 scorelines, whatever, I guess. You're tied up 1-1 in this series.
That is hell of a map, too, out of Rocker.
Yeah.
I mean, the scoreline of map 1 was almost so bad. You had to just joke about it.
Yeah.
But just to stay locked in there for that map 2, props to them.
And it might be one of those things that's easier to do maybe when you, I guess you like have a sub too. It's sort of like, all right, listen, we haven't played a lot of this. Like, we've had them in for a couple days, had a couple of scrims. Like, whatever, brush it off and we'll bring it back in the search. Spartan, you go this side, 3 of us over here, we'll deal with it. And it ends up working out. You get a monster performance there with Kiz, who almost had more damage than all players did in the map 1, as he puts up nearly 3K at 13-7.
Yeah, and then the other 3. I mean, Gunless, S&D, Lins, almost all with 10. So that trio, their search has been strong for Rocker, and they showed off in this one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously some pressure to the sub coming in if you're Spart to, like, step up and put up some numbers, but really it's like the other 3. Like, you got to do your thing. You really got to pick up the gameplay if you're going to come forward with a win here, because you really want to build off the momentum you got in the victory versus Optic, but now you're right back in this one. You won't have a Highrise in map 3, which we know has been, it feels like an auto win for the New York side at times. You'll be going to a Karachi, a chance now for New York to get rolling, but we still need to see them get rolling in a respawn. Because listen, that was a fantastic map 2 win based on how map 1 went, but like, you still got work to do.
No, 100%, but I think Karachi is a good place for Rocker. I really do. So I'm excited for this next one.
Okay, well, we continue on. First match of the day. We got action to you coming all day long, all weekend long, as we are weeks away from our next major, getting closer and closer to wrapping up the year. Every point matters. Rocker in desperate need of 10 more. We'll see if they can get them as we continue the series after the break.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Scuff Gaming is doing an ultimate giveaway where you and a friend can win a chance to go to COD Champs this year. The giveaway includes 2 VIP tickets, travel expenses, and more. To enter, scan the QR code on the page or go to scuff.co/CDL and enter your email. Terms and conditions apply.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
sexy folks at home. We're ready to continue on in this series. We're tied up 1-1. If you just joined us, maybe during the break, it was a map 1 slaughter as Subliners won 250-38. But Rocker brushed that off. They bring it back with a great search and destroy victory on Highrise. Now we continue on to Karachi, Joe, and you were thinking for Rocker, you kind of like this.
Yeah, I think obviously you get Lin sort of back in his player. I feel like some of his biggest performances have been on this map. Just aggressive stuff. Obviously you have Hydra on the other side, not easy to deal with. But I think Karachi Control, it's like, say you just get dominated in one round, it's like, I don't know if it's the worst thing to have in offense round 5.
Yeah, and we were just talking about, like, it feels like at least over the past couple of months, I mean, Karachi Control's probably been like 10% of our controls. We have not had a ton of it. You saw a lot of reps though, 14 times been played for Rocker. Hydra, his control in stage 4, 1.11, 20 kills per 10, sorry, 21. And approaching 4,000 damage. We'll see if he can be the spark plug for this Subliners team, or if it'll be Lin's on the other end.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it for New York. Like, this is their weakest map out of the 3, right? They're great at Highrise. They play a ton of invasion, so not a lot of reps on Karachi throughout the year. But maybe one they want in their bag for the major and champs coming up.
Yeah, I think, God, if you can be solid in all 3 controls, it can be so massive, especially against the top side of the competition. But as the gunfights get flowing, great little burst there from Gunless and Spartan, the Rocker side, to get the A side sealed up. And I mean, how easy can it be sometimes? You come out, you get 3 or 4 kills, the point's basically done. You're at least making them fight for this. You're doing a good job of it.
Yeah, but this guy's taking routes. He gets up to top 3, jumps off, able to win the next one, then knows exactly where Standy is. On the other side of the map, Linz is getting hunted down. So it seems like New York's trying to keep them guessing. Where is Hydra? Where are they going to attack? You get one Ante, that's going to be Sid, but Hydra lurking. He's on 4 in a row. Gets him out of the trap, and it just, sometimes this guy's gameplay is disgusting.
He's a sick joke. The centering, just the jump around the edge, up to 5 straight. The read not there that time is Gunless, though, able to deal with it, but so much focus into dealing with Hydra. Now you have the opening on the other side of it. Kismet is trying to get into Diner. And what can he do from this position now? Has a teammate to work with.
Well, I think, honestly, with all the kills that Hydra got, New York were focusing on A, but they were like, let's just rotate off to B. But now you're in a tough spot because there's only 25 seconds left. So if they lose this B, they already have to start to transition over to A. That's where you're going to see those yellow arrows start to do. So good call there. But yeah, there's not a lot of time left. Rocker probably want to hit this one more time.
I'm sure they're going to send something at it, but we'll see if Hydra can continue to dismantle them. Great start from Rocker, the opening of this hard point, and then New York start to battle back, but was that opening from Rocker enough to maybe milk the clock to make this too difficult? Well, no, they answer back and get A pretty quickly. So efficient there to get A. You've got a minute 15 now to work with. Deep defensively, you've already got Spartan trying to deal with a red push. You got 2 players from Rocker as well.
Yeah, Lindsay's on 4 in a row and make it 5, so not going to have 6, but did a nice, strong red defense there for Rocker, just due to they sent nobody over towards A. So every kill Spart gets is going to allow his teammates to reinforce, get to him inside of red. Gunless and Linz on their way. There is Sib lurking, though, top AC, and he's going to find 1. Now that's going to start New York to start their push, so trade's going their way.
And if Spart drops here, you might start to get this close side junk spawn. The last player to pop was Hydra. He still has a trek across, so you have 3 players here for the time being. Standy, the work to do. Tries to finesse now, not able to do it. Hydra able to win one. I thought he won one, maybe got an assist on one on his trek across. Linz gets 2, Hydra gets 2. It's Subliners inside, you've got that close spawn now.
Yeah, now it's just all about trades. It's a 5 versus 8, so New York need to recognize this. Take their time, and there we go. Now start the trades. Kismet Skies come on through. You have the numbers on the point. That is going to be all 4 dead. It was close for Rocker. I thought Standy, even with just finding 1, I thought he did enough, but as you were talking about, those close spawns come in. Hydra's able to find a double as he was lurking in that alleyway, and that just changed the tides.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things, I don't know. When you think of invasion, like, you know, B's relatively easy. A is a battle. Highrise, they honestly both can be pretty tough at times. Like,
shout out to Propanes.
Here, they both can they can be done with the quickness. Like, once you get that close side junk spawn, it took what? It was like 1 more fight, basically.
Yeah, I mean, Hydra got that double. That was really it. Because you had 3 out of Cafe. Like, you could have held that if you were a Rocker. It's just, Hydra had so many impact kills throughout that round.
That's why I get not sending another wave to A, though, because you want to, like, try to avoid that, but it just happened too fast. Because I think a little over a minute, you're feeling pretty good. You don't have to deal with like that much pressure. You might be able to avoid that close spawn, at least for a pretty good length of time, but couldn't do it. Spark, the super sub, he's trying to get things going. Great stuff there from Rocker mid-map, and that's going to allow you to shoot some people forward, just leave one person on A, and see what productivity you can get done over at B.
Yeah, can you get some pressure here? Now you're going to force all of New York to have to rotate. So Lindsay's just trying to live with Standy. Just bait this out the way Hydra was doing it. I thought he was going to get that one kill, but Gunless is here as well. Just trying to keep this messy. Point secured. Spark's going to make his way over. You get those close spawns. But New York are out for now.
Yeah, this is why this is so great, though. When you're able to do it, yeah, you're already spawning junk. Like, you've already got that forward position. You're just going to be rallying over Dumpster over and over again, more than likely, if you are subliners, and that seems to be the case. You still have 2 minutes on the clock. You've basically been on the objective at any moment. You have a 6 life advantage as well. This looking to be a heck of a lot more efficient of an offense than we saw from NYSL. We'll see if they can break through a couple times now.
You only had 1 on the point, but they're keeping with that. Spart's now in. He's on 6 in a row, able to earn a cruise. Linz is watching the alley hop. And this is what I was thinking, like, yeah, maybe if you get around 5 offense, if you're Rocker, it might not be the worst case. So able to respond, and we're tied up at 1.
Yeah, exactly. The one map where if you don't have defense, it's not the end of the world. The map 5 is like, whatever. We can get an offense done without question. You can get it done real quick, like Rocker just did. Probably part of why we don't see this map a ton, I imagine.
Yeah, just those close junk spawns, man. We've seen some teams be great at it. Really good 2-minute holds over there towards B. It's just not easy.
Well, it's not easy to, like, as long as you can keep them out of the junk spawn, like, the longer you can do it, great. But it just feels like, I don't know, once you get it, it's just a matter of time.
They have, like, take it in red, it's just, yeah.
It just feels like a matter of time. But, like, if you hold long enough that they don't have that matter of time, like, if they only have 20, 30 seconds, then maybe it won't happen. But it's, yeah, just trying to bleed the clock as much as you can before that's maybe going to be the play. New York didn't have the best opening in the round 1, but still were able to get it done. Looking for something a little bit better this time around. Is Spart's able to get the pick from top AC?
I imagine we're just waiting to see if Spart's going to use this cruise for A. But I don't think he's going to. It just feels like he's just locking down junk. Again, just sort of playing some basic COD, making sure there's nothing funny going on for New York. Sib's just getting the point done over towards A. And feels like Rocker... Well, we just talked about a 2-minute and 20-second hold. They're going for that.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it seems it's not impossible. It is just so difficult to do. And now you're setting up how you want to pounce on this if you're NYSL, but you just lost a player in Hydra. And he's going to be spawning out deep because you got Spartan position. We'll see if they're going to deal with Spartan or just kind of leave him and go. I imagine you try to deal with that, and that looks to be the play. They're trying to isolate Spartan. Kidman this whole time just waiting to go. The time he's going to be there. He's going to hop over the dumpster, look to make the play. 2-for-2 trade, though, so far.
Yeah, Kiz is trying to help out Sib. The fact that Sib gets 1, Kiz is on the point now. You don't have those close spawns like we were talking about. This will allow Linz to find Sib. Now deal with Kiz. And well, the subs are on point, but yeah, I mean, that was just a pure test of patience between Kismet and Standy, and yeah, Kismet able to find that kill.
Basically even in live, still have 2 minutes to go. You should be getting the closer side spawn now, and you will be if you are subliners. That'll be Hydra popping, and they're going to start trying to funnel this through and just keep the pressure on constantly. Wrapping all the way back through mid-map will be 2 members of Rocker, and you got a chance to disrupt this. I thought if you just pushed that out, the aggression was there for NYSL. They have like a 3-on-1, but they allow enough time for the wrap through for Rocker. They pick them apart.
Yeah, I just don't think they knew. They thought they were all going to be cafe side.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
they all go middle of the map. Dunless locks this down. He got a double. He was on 4 in a row. Hydra's through though. He's just been waiting. He was the last one alive. And now we were talking about they do such a good job. Now maybe another opening. But I feel like Minnesota, they found picks like right through the middle of the pushes of New York. And that's really slowed things down. There's only a minute left with 12 versus 12.
Well, I think sometimes teams will get in that. You just go over dumpster, over dumpster, over dumpster, hold from cafe. Sometimes the patience, when you've got some time to work with on the objectives, send it back through mid-map, you'll catch them like they have. Still 47 seconds on the clock. You're trying to stop this as long as you can, but you get the clearance through 3 kills, 2 from Spart, who's having himself a solid map and the streak to work with. And so far, so good. You know, the B-side push looks so easy for the teams in the early game, and now you're seeing how the hole can come through.
Yeah, Hydra's got to wait. Yeah, 30 seconds left. Sky's able to find that opening pick, but still 3 players from Rocker inside of red. Lynn's the next man up, able to hit the timing with the MCW. Great shots. And it's looking like Rocker going to hold on. Only 3 lives remaining. It was 2 minutes and 20 seconds. They gave up A, wanted to lock down B. This gives them a 2-1 edge.
And you've done such a good job just retaking from mid and red. Like, instead of, yeah, just setting up and playing around Diner. Because if you play around Diner, you die. Well, you get 3 down, you're probably done.
Yep.
Like, it's probably over. Just a great job. Just some discipline caught there.
In props, honestly, their comms, because they're letting players through. Like I talked about, sort of finding a pick, but they're just sort of saying it's just one guy, right? Just if he's going to be on the point, let him be. Or so whoever's last up spawn, you go for him. They're not like just running at that player on the objective.
And I think it's like I was saying, like in the middle of that, like when they need 3 ticks still, I don't know, I guess you have the luxury of being a little patient with the reticks. You don't feel that pressure. Now, if there were 2 bars gone, that one player's more of a threat. But that's a really good hold there from Rocker, though. So the 2-1 edge now through. Offense was clinical from them in their last offense. They just ran right through New York. And again, subliners, they are so good at the other 2. They're just trying to add something else maybe to the backpack, but a round away from defeat here. Standy a chance to get another cruise for this Rocker side as well.
Yeah, you still have Spart with 1, so add a second to that. Maybe if it does come down to a round 5, you want to use one this round, you can. Standy just staying patient, lurking, waiting for New York to go for this. Now, in New York, they have to be careful. That's going to be a 3 dead. Do you try to transition off this? Yeah, they're going to go. Kismet, though, he knew it. He knew it, and Skies is going to hit a nade. Yeah, they wanted to combo this with the Cruise. So they were thinking, let's use Spart onto the point. The other 3 try to get to B with the Cruise missile. The timing just doesn't pay off.
Yeah, but like as everyone dies, you get that close side spawn. Basically, right backside ticket, you're just sending it over, trying to get a Diner control. How many bodies can he get here? 4 straight on 2 HP is Spart. He'll be the last guy here.
Go for it.
Lens, his streak now into the fray. They're going for the dub, and they got a good chance to do it here. 2 bodies on it right now. Other streak in. They're raining missiles from the sky as bodies are dropping on NYSL. 1 more bar to do. Nobody close. Map 1 now a distant memory as that's back-to-back from Rocker, and the guns are out.
I cannot believe after map 1 that we are in this spot. I just cannot.
Yeah, good old Call of Duty, Joe.
You switch up the game modes, you blink, and Rocker are up 2-1, and they look darn good. And this is what I meant. I mean, Lindsay's 28 and 16. The man pops off, but Spart's been consistent. He's been solid. You see him in the cam getting fired up, trying to bring energy to this team. It is just a solid team group effort.
It's one of the most beautiful things, most beautiful and horrific things about our esport. Like the fact that we have so many maps, so many modes. Like if you compare it to something like CS, like the preparation, it's insane. It's impossible to be the best at every single map and mode. It just doesn't happen. Nobody ever is that. And that's why sometimes you have these series where it's just like, God, it looks insane on the board. And yes, that is one that you're working on if you are subliners, but still, they just get worked.
It's not only, I mean, you're working on it, but they just got outslayed by, by how much there? I mean, 12, 16, 21, 25 kills.
Yeah, they got fried. They got absolutely fried. The offense is looking so good. Yeah, when you're just raining down, what, like 3 cruise missiles? And
I don't even know where the other one came from.
Yeah, no, I missed
one. Yeah,
I missed 1. I thought there were 2, and then we got 3 coming through. Unbelievable stuff there, as they just continue to make plays throughout the course of this map 3. And now we stay on Karachi for the map 4, right? That was a clean little Renetti pop. I saw this on your face. Like, oh,
yeah, I mean, you're staying here on this sort of, I think, Lindsay's playground. And they don't play this very often. Minnesota Rocker only 5 times on the year. On the other side for New York, 14, 7 and 7. But still, New York's just been trying to find sort of better map set.
That's when, I don't know if legacy's the right word, but we talk about the new maps being added, the old maps that are here, like they just haven't found any kind of comfort picks in Hardpoint. Lord God, they need it so badly. Or does it end here? I mean, frustrations, I am sure, for New York. All those laughs, all those giggles after the map 1, it's no longer there. It's just a gunless that's looking fired up and terrifying. That man's coming for blood.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it. New York lose this series, you might see some of those skies. Pictures returned. I'll be honest. Dude, his laugh after map 1 was so good.
Yeah, I mean, how do you not? How do you not?
100%.
But then when it goes like this, it's like, Lordy, how have we gotten to this point? We ready for Karachi Hardpoint in a 6-star? If we get the entire way, we'll see if New York can muster up something. But so far, I mean, this qualifier stage has been about, you know, it is backs against the wall, desperation for a lot of these teams. And I guess I'm not that surprised that we're going to see some upsets. I think we just are. That's the nature of the beast when you're at this point.
Well, I mean, a lot of these upsets, well, some of these upsets have jumped through this team, this subliners team.
True.
I mean, it has. Like, you know, it was a big talk around the top 3, and then New York just losing to some of these teams throughout different stages. But you're starting to see it more often. I mean, they're going deep versus everyone, or they're, you know, getting 3-0 by Vegas. So
Yeah, certainly.
you have another one of these matchups where you might go 5.
Yeah, we might, or we might end in 4 if Rocker can keep the positive momentum going. We weren't sure exactly what we were going to get from Spart. We know when he has popped up into the league, I mean, he's been a bright spot at times and won a major. He's been, we're not really talking about it.
I just feel bad for the guys because it feels like he's never really had, like, I don't know, a start, right? Outside of, like, last year, and then, like, the academy team just took over. So nothing you should do with that. It's just like he's always been in a sub role in a way.
That's true. No, it's true. But we're taking a look at the standings right now and where we sit. Oh, sorry, this is for, I was thinking for Major IV Qualifiers. So I was thinking like overall. We're just looking at Major IV Qualifiers now. And yeah, both 2-2 coming into this.
Oh, yeah, odds 1-2. You might have a top 4 matchup round 1.
Yeah.
We haven't had that yet.
That's true. I mean, everything's been, outside of Major 1, it's been sort of according to plan. Like
Yeah.
How you imagine it would
According
play
to
out.
plan.
Yeah. I don't know what that voice was, but yeah, I mean, you just sort of, I don't know, with the top 4, it's just been what it is. That's how it's boiled down, but it could get a little bit freaky with Optic's current position, the chance of subliners maybe to go into a 2-3 hole. And I mean, why that becomes really interesting is it's just, listen, these online matches matter so much for the 10 points, but you and I have kind of talked about the fact that there's not a huge opening for like a team to surge forward and get like a top 4, like get a lot of points.
There could be.
There might be if you just shake up sort of the seeding going in. That's probably your best opportunity, yeah?
Yeah, well, no doubt about it. But yeah, here's we're going to take a look at the Hardpoint the last 60 days. Including today, so including this one. And you can see map 4 right here, just, yeah, right around 50-50. But both of these teams trying to work on the hardpoint. This is the game mode that they're circling.
And we talk about, I mean, the one team that's been the upset in the top 4 was what? It was Rocker, right? The first major. And that was sort of courtesy of
New York.
NYSL.
Yeah.
So we go full circle.
We're right back to it.
Right back to it as they try to get those points. And I still don't understand Standy's arms.
He just gets hot. That's what he said. He's like, I'm just warm while I'm playing.
I just don't get it. The metabolism of that kid, because I saw like someone say he needs to eat more. Like all he does is eat like fast food and just shoves burgers in his mouth. He's just a twig. I was like, I don't. Lucky. I guess.
Yeah. Good for you. Live it up, my man. Live it up.
But Hydra, you take a look at the map 1. Yeah, it's a weird stat line because that was a weird map 1.
Oh, it feels like a while ago now.
30. It really does. It really does. But now we just focus on the Karachi, Joe, as we ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, Karachi Hardpoint, like I said, I mean, you haven't played this too much. You have a sub if you are a rocker, but on the other side for New York, 7-7, one of their go-tos on the year.
Do we go to a map 5? Or the Rocker carry the momentum here and take this one in 3-1 fashion? Standy can't find anything at the opener. We talked about Lin sometimes making this his playground. We'll see if he can do that here, but as a double chalice out, the teammates get the kill, and into the point they go. And I mean, there's a chance they could eclipse their Hardpoint map 1 score in the opening point, Joe.
There is a chance. Yeah, what was it, 38?
Yeah.
Well, that chance is gone now, but there's still some time left. Still some time left. Standy just slaying around New York, able to get on the point. Hydra's already taking a route off spawn. Looks like Gunless will try to pick that up. But Standy just does such great work dealing with the players on and near the hard point.
Yeah, nice little sequence there, but yeah. As you mentioned, you try to set up now if you're Rocker for next. You'll take basically a tie game into Diner, but you lose your junk side player in Spart. A bigger chance to collapse on this and spawn them out. That's exactly what's going to happen. So 2-4 and Spartan Lin's going to spawn out, and you get the kills basically the perfect time if you're subliners, or do you? I thought the opening moment was there, but suddenly it's just Sip.
Well, I mean, it's Hydra. Hydra takes the route, able to find the die top AC, then able to find the timings on the eye back alley, but it just feels like if Hydra's not making a play at times,
who is?
yeah, who is? Who's going to make that play? to get them onto the hard point, but Rocker able to hold on. A nice P2 setup so far.
Yeah, no, I thought they were going to get broken. It looked so bad in the opening seconds, but you've fought back in this if you are Rocker, trying to push this lead open. Lynn's ready and waiting. Sib dishing out bullets, though, as he's hitting, but he's so weak, that's not going to matter. There's still a person in the hard point. You'll still accrue this time, but with Sib's double, maybe you get a little luxury here and trying to set up for next.
Yeah, you do have Lynn's on 4 in a row. Just some nice off angles there for Lynch. Just feels like he was ready for every single gunfight near that point. Now that's 5 in a row. Finds Hydra, who's kind of lurking. Are you going to spawn out now? No, you get... No, one player does spawn out. So one player spawns junk, then Hydra, he gets an old spawn. And well, Rocker not going to be able to read that one, so he gets a free double.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, spawning them out, if the read's not there, it ends up being quite painful as Hydra gets the kills. And now you sort of have 2 players in isolation waiting on their teammates to rally back into this. This also leads to Lynn's not getting the streak, so the wheels have come off a little bit for Rocker. A chance now for Subliners to get some positive momentum going forward. Tough fight, though, for Kismet as Standy's able to take him down. And you made it messy early, at least if you're Rocker.
Yeah, I mean, Standy gets through. He was weak, then able to win the second one on the Kiz. Now he's staying alive on the objective, has the cover. You will take this time all day if you are Rocker.
And I think this is back-to-back hard points where the early going, like, I think Subliners have done enough, like, to get early time, and then it's just, like, gritty gameplay out of Rocker. Or a timing somebody gets through.
Yeah, one gets through. That time it was just Standy finding that opening. But it really is just a second on the Kiz. I'm sure Kiz is weak still from maybe a middle fight. But over towards this P4. Minnesota just going to play for the right side of that minimap. Control top 3.
Hey.
Trying to control spawns for P5. And if they can get on this time, but the subs are being active.
He said it was his playground. He's making it look that way right now. 9 and 5 from Lynn's. Nades hit over the top, though, as that push comes through. The Hydra able to shut him down. Now looking for the angle is Gunless. Finds the angle at just the wrong time. And then Skies pulls out the Renetti to pop and pray and put him down. Skies and Sib account for 3, and this is the best time you've had for NYSL as they look to rack up this final 20.
You're going to need a ton of time here because you spun out junk and, well, what a Rocker thinking, let's just rotate. They already know that they're going to be pushed up top 3, pushed up cafe side. Standy's going to get picked. He's probably going to be out of this push. He is. He spawns out great shots, though, by Smart. On the one, then gets this second with the help from Lynn's. But the pressure's still here for New York early before this pops.
And this is one of those things where Hydra is just like doing everything. Literally doing everything. I was going to say, he got the opener so they could pinch that perfectly. The rest of his team dies, so Hydra's like, okay, and he says it in French probably, but I'll do everything, boys, and just starts eliminating everyone. It's 4 or 5 straight before he drops, but the reason they had a foothold at all.
Yeah, I mean, you get, what, 30 or so seconds on that P4. Now you're keeping Rocker off of this hill on that rotation. So, yeah, as you said, you just have the position to pretty much stalemate this if you are New York. And now they're going to try to fight it out. They have the numbers behind Skies' 2 headshots, but Gunless and Lynn's hold on.
So at least you'll get 20 or so seconds, I guess. But yeah, for an early rotation, you'll take that if you're Subliners. The fact they'll get about 20 clean points, but they will still have the lead if you are Rocker. Stuns and everything, hitting on the Lynn's, nearly able to catch Hydra as he drops low, but Hydra on 12 and 9. Lynn's right there 12 and 9 as well. These two are going back and forth.
Yeah, Standy just trying to lurk on through. Again, just find the hole in this setup at P1. He did it at the start of the game. This just buys him a little room for his team to work up on the map, and now just taking his time, being patient, checking all the corners, and then right back onto the point.
It's just such an important moment. And the second set of rotations here, what kind of time can you find? Can you also transition this into P2 and really make a big rally if you're Rocker? You have a chance to have a significant lead if you can ping these two together. You've still got left side control, though, if you are Subliners, but where are the comps from Subliners early in that map 1 is it was all business. Now they're in trouble. Let's hear the Rocker side of it as we go to listen in.
I stand him on near him. Top secret spot.
Wanna kill the guy, time? Paco,
We got
dead on time, secret spot.
One shot, time.
I got it.
He's still there?
He's still secret spot. He's still secret spot. I can fight for him, you're good. He's dead.
I'm gonna creep the point. You're gonna stop your creep. One on time.
Yeah, in closet right now.
Nothing in
top fire,
dead.
Dude, on me.
I'm going back
He's
to
gonna go well. He's gonna go well. He's gonna go well.
Zig.
Nice, lost got time. Lost got time.
Get the wall. Might spawn P3. They might spawn P3.
Be on the desk. Be on the desk. Okay. I'm looking at it.
Backward, guys.
Replaying the guy wall.
I'm one. I'm waiting for you to pick this guy.
Have Mail.
Filling down the
He
wall.
got me on top. One on
Man,
time.
man.
Bust up and Mail.
That's dead.
Nice, good kill.
Back
What is
wall,
on time right now?
pillars.
By
One shot
yourself.
pillars. He's
I'm
going
going
top
new. I'm going towards new.
Okay, he's going top
Alright, go new. Come
They're
new. Come
gonna
new.
be
Come
trying
new.
to
Come
pinch
new.
TV and shit, okay?
I'm going
Yeah,
top
Paco was playing pitching TB.
I stand TV. Somebody TV.
I don't see pitching. Nothing pitching. Just go through. Go through.
Top red too.
Got me top plat right now. Plat.
Jumped off.
Where? Bike?
Yeah. He could be in here.
We
Third.
responded out. That's all you. Right now, Paco.
One shot fail.
I naded it.
I'm gonna try to do the broken out for third, okay?
I don't see him top fire right now.
Two pins immediately.
I didn't know.
Yo, I just low broken. He went back to
I
bike.
don't see my middle. Nothing
I
peeking on
went
middle
back
right
to
now.
bike.
I'm opening you third.
Pin the back.
It's behind me.
Spawn red.
TV
Yeah,
dead.
got him. He's dead. Got
Bike,
me.
one's the bike.
Third. Really good. Paco.
Yeah, he's spawning bridge.
Third. Go top.
I
That's
needed
him.
one on the
That's
left.
him.
I'm challenging.
Oh, you know, I spawned on the left. They're spawning bridge or coop. Bridge or coop. I grew up on the left
He's
here.
close barrel spawn.
He's one bullet.
Pit.
You're good. Take your time.
Alright.
He's
Alright.
trips.
We should probably hit left.
Yeah, we have to hit left.
Where's the guy here?
Kids was here.
Yeah, I'm going
on
up
Hattie.
there.
On Hattie. One bullet on Hattie.
My heady.
Another one down.
Nice.
That's two.
One shot.
I think that was the best enemy POV I've ever had to show how good somebody else is. Like, for real, they were calling out and trying to deal with Hydra from the beginning of that. Just talking about him pinching. You already heard how important a player is they're trying to deal with his playstyle, and then he just picks them apart for the next 60 seconds.
Hydra likes to play TV. Oh, he's top 3. Where at? Yeah, could be Vice. Yeah, could be Vice.
Where'd he go? Could
Dead.
be anywhere.
Yeah, could be anywhere.
And he gets 5-6 kills in a row.
I mean, this was 130 to 130. It's 70 straight points if you are subliners. But honestly, at the start, the chance was there for Rocker. At the start of that P2 listen-in, you heard them. We have the break. They're spawning out P3. It was a great call because that was correct. But New York were able to hold on to P2, and with what there was 25 seconds left. Then they had to rotate to P3, but that's when Hydra went nuts.
Yeah, a little Hydra masterclass is what that was. It was unbelievable, but you still have a chance to fight back in this Sphere Rocker. You're finding a flurry of kills. The wave is there. Linz is beaming. You're up over 150, down about 60. 20 seconds remaining on the point, and they know one person's there. They're sitting it for this scrap time. And you have the luxury of doing that when you're at this point in the game. Godless is able to get 2. That's kind of insane. Thankfully, you sent 3, I guess, if you're in New York, but this is really going to allow a very comfortable set for Rocker.
That's what I was going to say. You're going to get number 4 and Linz out. So realistically, he would have had to hold top 3, but because you get some kills, this is just going to delay this. He would love one more from that spot, but at least he gets the info, and somehow Hydra gets a double out of that. I'm sure a team shot comes in, but instant pressure now from the middle of the map goes New York.
Okay, so that didn't go how I thought it was going to go.
No, not at all.
Not at all. It looks so good for Rocker. And then a Hydra appeared as he gets them out of the point. I think at the same time last time through, he had a pretty good setup, and Hydra made the play to disrupt it. Remember, he was able to find 3, I think it was, went on like a one-man army mission as he's doing it again. The man is nothing but lethal. As he's up to 25 and 19, you have more kills if you're Kiz, which is just wild because some of the sequences out of Hydra have been insane.
No, I was going to say that. I mean, props to Kiz. We're not seeing a lot of them, but just feels like he's locking these positions down, getting these openers that they need. Minnesota still staying alive throughout this match so far. But it's going to take such a big effort to win here.
We get ready to head into our 3rd set. You already have Kiz in position, so time ticking to New York. 15 now needed for the victory. Hydra pouncing out, not able to take it, but they still got to get Kiz out of the point. 10 now needed for the dub. Now they're able to chow out and deal with it. You need one of the better P1 to P2 rotations and holds we've ever seen. If you're going to win this game, if you are Rocker, it's got to be perfection, and so far New York still making it a mess. Hydra pouncing on through again as he's approaching 30, 29 and 20, 30s on the board, 31, just playing with his food, sets it up for Sib. That's ball game.
And we'll see the math level. Yeah, it was pretty much a tie game, right? 130-130, just going into that P2. And then you combine P2 and P3. That's where that lead comes from. And then, yeah, you had the chance. You had a lot of map control to set yourself up from a P4 to P5 if you were Rocker, but it was just that push right through the middle.
I don't think I've ever heard a better listening to just show how good an enemy player is. Like that
There's
just
probably a couple with like shots. Like,
No,
where is he?
I'm
He's
sure,
in the water.
I'm sure there have them, but I feel like that whole listening was literally trying to deal with Hydra. And then when they finally killed him, he still almost killed Standy for I think he got him like 30 HP. Like that was unbelievable. 5,400 damage there out of Hydra.
That kid's right behind him. Just that sub duo popped off.
I mean, when they're able to do that, this team's probably going to be winning. Great stuff there from New York. They bounce back in this, shrug off the 2 and 3, and now we get ready for a map 5. And this has been one of the weirder sort of, I don't know, ways to get to a map 5 just based on that map 1 started. But what are you seeing here in the game?
I mean, it's just, yeah, that second P2 and P3, right? That was your chance. That's when that lead gets right around to 70 points, and they go for the scrap time at P4. They're able to work their way up through the middle of the map, break P5. But I just think you could have kept it a close game there.
Yeah,
they had the spawns. They knew what they had what they wanted.
Who was it that got out? Was it Standy or Spart? Whoever, they could have got 2 there. If you maybe kill Hydra as well, maybe you lock that down a little bit. But like both of those setups, like the P5 one's like, you were there early if you're Rocker, and they just, Hydra picked them both apart. Like you could have got a ton of time on both. It didn't turn into that at all. So hell of a series so far. We'll keep talking about it, but the points way more valuable to Rocker. The position, we talk about champs, and just overall, you're in a pretty good spot if you are New York. Granted, they're working on things, but Rocker need this win so desperately. They've won 5 straight map 5s. Can they win number 6? We'll find out after the break.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
The Champs Tracer Pack is available now. The bundle includes a Reaper Operator skin, Ripper Weapon Blueprint, Death Stare Weapon Blueprint, Cuts Deep Charm, 2 calling cards, 2 emblems, and 2 weapon stickers. Use these items in both Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Warzone. Available in store now using Call of Duty points. Here we go. It's been a wild one. Not one I really saw going to a map 5. Well, I thought it was possible like at the start of the day, but then after map 1, I thought no chance. Then I know where the hell we were going once map 2 and 3 happened. It's been a ludicrous one. We're having a whole hell of a lot of fun in our first series of the day. The fact is, it's map 5 time.
Yeah, and I mean, there's two parties kind of watching this. You have the people outside of the top 12.
I like parties.
Yeah, of course you do. Great moves. You have the people outside of the top 12 who are like, there's no way.
Can Rockers just die?
Yeah, can they just not win this? Like, New York, please? And then you have, yeah, I mean, Rockers, like, I would love to have a 2-match bump, right? Like, get 10 more points here with a sub. Your first match, you get to top 14.
It's just crazy that, like, Optic and New York have been involved in so many of these and, like, the upsets because, well, if, like, you told me New York was what stood between it, like how up and down their gameplay has been, this is going to be insane. I would have thought so already. But then Optic coming off a win and maybe not playing their best, like they've just opened the door as well. Like this has been nuts. I don't know what's going to happen, Joe, but it's exciting times that we live in.
It is. Yeah, it sure is.
I love Call of Duty and I love you.
I know, we were just talking about we got this week and next week when matches are done.
Yeah, right? This year I feel like has cruised on by. It's because we're back casted together in person and just holding hands the entire time. But map 5, it is 6-star. And Hydra's coming off an absolute nuke in that last map. Spark though, super sub with the first blood. Skies brings it back, then Linz will pounce.
And I mean, when Spart won that major, right, with LAG, they were doing it through searches. Like, they went to game 5 after game 5 after game 5, but their search was so darn good. They were able to win that map number 2. They're on the board here at map 5 first.
Do you think he has a tattoo of like a Volk somewhere on his body?
I would.
Yeah, I would too. Absolutely. See it here. The final one from Linz as he'll start off with 2. Great job from Rocker. And getting ahead here in the early going. As we'll get ready to swap sides and get deeper into this, but I mean, pressure on subliners too in a way. Like they have the least pressure of like any team in some ways, so like locked into their spot, but also like just to
get better.
Yeah, just to get better. The pressure just to stop being so wishy-washy and just okay at everything.
It's sort of like the major storyline of the year. Win a world championship, make a change. So far, not so good.
Yeah. Only silver lining for them is Priest dealing with the breach here. Otherwise, like imagine if he was on a team that was like surging. Ooh, that'd be spicy, Joe. I kind of wish because I love that kid, but
me too.
Into the round 2 we go. Execute looking over towards A. You've got 2 players kind of working the flank and B side. Who might open this up will be number 3 in Standy if he can find a timing, or Linz out towards mid-map. But they're actually able to win that. They had a 2-on-2 towards this site. Now they've collapsed onto. There's one more guy there. Kismet a chance to disrupt this. It's all on Kiz now.
I mean, don't listen to Spart. They just bait this out. They get the first blood on the Sib, and that opens up everything for Rocker. And that opens up the Linz. For Linz is able to get that kill. Then guess what? Standy, he's going on a long route. So as soon as Sib goes down, everything collapses there for subliners.
Well, that seemed like one of those rounds because they had one mid and then Standy in the long flank where if like they got first blooded over towards the site,
yeah, they were toast.
Screwed. More than likely, or it would have led to like some crazy play from Standy late in the round, but you would have known you hadn't seen him. He's probably flanking type thing, but instead, yes, it opens up every round.
Yeah, your timings would change. You'd probably change your setup. Yeah.
Oh,
it would be a little bit different.
That really showed the importance of a first blood. That's for sure. 3-0 start from Spart, 2-0 edge for Rocker. As Linz looking to pounce, Standy 5 HP, just gets caught. It's awkward for him there. They bully their way onto the point and they dominate over at A. Spart, last guy with a dream. He's on 4 straight. So how do you try to play this?
Yeah, I think you're trying to play your life. You
just pick and cruise, yeah, have to.
It's just a question of, yeah, maybe he just gets the call like, bro, chill. I think he was about to go peek mid.
Brother, let's go for a swim.
Yeah. Like, yo.
Sun's out.
I think he's just trying to catch them, like, running away from his bomb site. But the problem is he'll die.
Able to get one. Can he get away? Run! Run, Spart! For the hills! Or the pool! There's no hills here.
He's just trying to catch timings. I love it. Staying very patient. Skies is up next. Depending on this works, he might find one here.
Tries to reposition.
He gets all of them.
He gets a hold of them. No time for the defuse.
I mean, he played that so well.
So well. And, well, I think that was a good POV of some game sense there for the surge. I know you don't get the round win, but you go 7-0. You get this streak.
A little confidence booster.
Yeah,
Just squad wide subliners.
More kills than the whole team in Mount.
But honestly, we talked about sort of what could have changed in the previous round for New York. Half a second difference there. I don't think Lynn sees that player cross. So Standy walks up to Statue, has no idea. Like Lynn's could have been, if he was in that spot to check, that player was going to A. Maybe they get that calm and that setup's a little bit different.
7-0 from Spart. But you get the round on the board now if you're subliners. And it looks like they're definitely playing behind this streak. Everybody's set up. B side except for one lurking mid in Lynn's. Streak coming through, able to fly in through the glass and get the kill. Sky's out of it, 4v3 advantage. Bomb planted at the same time. Nice execute there from Rocker.
And every time I see this, we're on his POV, like he is just calming like crazy. Just making sure we're in a tight setup, how we want to lock this down, what we're watching. Able to find that first blood. Nate is out, Spart there to help his teammates. Great teamwork out of Rocker. Hydra now left in a 1v4.
Yeah, that was a hell of a combo there. And the comms are absolutely flowing, as you said. This guy wins gunfights that are a sick goddamn joke. 6 HP, just trying to get back to full and maybe fight another day. The problem is time is dwindling. He's going to get 3. 12 seconds on it. If there's a little more time.
Checking that.
Thank God he didn't. Wow, you saw a Spart clinic to get the streak. Hydra put on one, but not going to matter at the end of the day for the round. Great execute from Rocker there behind the streak.
No, 100%. I mean, first, you get the first blood on the skies. Nice missile control there from Spart.
Always got to have good missile control, Joe.
I don't, unfortunately, but I mean, yeah, you're able to land it right on top of them, and then just, they kind of knew the setup they wanted post-plant, which with a sub is difficult.
Yeah, no,
he's 9-0. He's chilling.
And 9-0 start. 8 for the streak. Unbelievable stuff. You get 3 straight if you're Hydra. See, maybe he can turn that into something. I mean, still that second gunfight he won, I think it was just, sheesh, the kid is disgusting, but might be losing the series. It is another first blood now for Linz. Traded out to the 3-3. Bombed down, but picked up by Sib. And on an island over towards A, is Hydra still holding?
Yeah, I think he's calling for the rotate.
I assume?
I would assume, but Minnesota just gets active. It's proactive. Bomb is here. If Sib dies here, round's done. I mean, it's going to be so difficult for I mean, how do you win this now if you're Hydra?
Yeah, they're like, guys, we see the bomb.
I mean, I think Hydra has to be calling for the rotate. Like, nothing on A.
It seemed like, in fact, he wasn't moving at all. He was maybe calling
like maybe
for the rotate.
They're worried about a mid-hit.
Well, even if he started to rotate right away, I don't think he was getting there in time. And this time, no insanity there with the gunfight. He gets put down. Rocker continued to roll. 4-1 advantage. Calm, cool. Oh, that's a rival on the other side.
I don't know if this needed a damage range buff.
I thought it was MCW 100%. Because Hydra doesn't usually like lose that unless it is one. But Standy gets, some headshot love there, and he just gets evaporated.
Hey, map 1 was 250 to 38.
Yeah, sure was. This series, not the most logical thing. But I mean, honestly, it's like Rocker series and Subliner series all year. They've been insane. Gunless doesn't have a kill. Spart hasn't died. All right, yeah. Screw it, up 4-1.
Now look at this. You have sort of kind of 2 lurking plays. Standy and Hydra just on the opposite walls right here. Both doing the same thing. Hello there.
I love this wall and that bush that's so it's tickling my ankles.
Here, sir, we have a French predator on the hunt.
Just waiting to go. At the same time, they're working up towards A. A couple shots come in. Hydra wants to pounce, but you just get out and reposition if you are Standy. What a crazy little situation that was. Hydra's just chasing him, but Standy keeps on moving. So as he hunts, you get back to your squad if you're Standy, so you avoid maybe the trap that's kind of set up there from NYSL. But now can you get the bomb down? All that work to get back, and then you ultimately run into Hydra. Bye-bye.
Yeah, and then Hydra did get another one.
Bye-bye.
I think, yeah, Minnesota, they just didn't really, it felt like they were waiting things out. They didn't opt for that plan. It felt like Standy had a lot of info. Maybe they're working the flank, but I think for Standy there to go back into the flank with no info, away from your teammates.
Well, he just doesn't see that he's basically, that looked like you were watching a Jaws film and, you know, Hydra's the great white in that sequence, just sort of hunting him down. Yeah, it's like you got to the beach, like, oh, I'm safe. Oh, no, I forgot my swimsuit. I don't know, something in the ocean. You get back in, then the shark eats you.
Yeah, no, if you're with your group of friends, you shouldn't leave your friends to go back to the sharks.
That's 101 in any type of scary movie, Joe. Yeah.
Let's split up.
Oh, my leg's been eaten by a shark, Joe.
Oh, my grenades.
They hold them, but they stay up. Hit the 50 HP is Hydra, and they are grouped up outside of Kismet. Low man on the other side of it. Now the tough part, trying to get this bomb down clean, or do you just wait patient to try and get that pick? We'll see how you operate here if you're in YSL.
Now, Rockster's opting for the pinch here. This is going to take time, though, right? Disguise is going to locate this, but it's similar to last round. You haven't planted the bomb. Just starting to go down, but Tiz, he was waiting for that play, that rotate back. And now, do you leave him? If you are Rocker, it looks like Gunless is trying to go hunting. Now, Hydra's hunting Gunless. There are fights all over the map, but a big comeback is on here for New York.
Yeah, just great stuff from Skies and Kiz there. Just great little teamwork. One spots for info, one gives the comm, one collapses and finds the first blood, and it's a very clean round again, where it's like 4 up, 4 dead type scenario for New York, who seem to be making some mid-map adjustments and getting into their groove here in the search.
And the way this map plays out, if I'm Rocker in like another situation like that, I think I'm just trying to get a smoke down and hitting it, because both teams are trying to set these sort of plays up. And if you have the round advantage in this, like, just sort of take that 4-man push and take the risk.
Just gamble it. But you're up, what, 4-1? It's maybe take maybe some more risk.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what they opt to do, because now, yeah, it's tough to take those risks. The closer the game gets, the deeper you get into a map 5. Oftentimes it feels like things slow down a bit. Really, the first action, well, second action, I guess we've really seen over towards B is Lintz is going for a dip. See what kind of timing he finds. Great shouldering there from Skies. He's about to get caught, but once again, he gets the info, sets up a teammate. Good positioning there from Skies.
That's just a trap. He's just not ready for it. Hydra's watching down low. Skies is able to play his life, and now you have Gunless on one side of the map, the other two in the pool. Standy's hanging out.
Make it a mojito or something, I don't know.
I'll take one.
Well, Spart takes a grenade to the face, so he's going to be gone. That's 5 straight for Hydra. So a chance maybe for a streak, and while Standy is still here lurking. So will he play spoiler, or will he get caught? Hydra gets it, 6 straight, gets the streak. The comeback is in. It is 4-4. Now with the added utility to the side of NYSL.
Yeah, just nice little, I mean, mid-round adjustments out of New York. Nice little plays to set them up to find their first bloods. Skies is involved in a lot of them. He's not turning them into kills, but it's like he's setting up his teammates, getting the info for Kids in the previous round. Right here, getting the info for Hydra, and just not dying, not putting his team into a tough spot.
No, it's always something we can like highlight. Is, you know, we highlight the kills. It's sort of what people are watching for. But we've had a couple good angles where you've just seen, yeah, Skies doing just that, and that like. Just a really quick shoulder to back down from that. It's, you know, it's a rival in your face. Like, it's so easy to get caught in that position. But instead, it's just the first domino, and you set Hydra up for a streak. And here comes the streak. They're trying to do exactly what Rocker did on the other side.
Well, yeah, you got that 4-stack on A that we were kind of talking about. So Missile not going to connect onto anybody, but that does, well, yeah, opens up the bomb. So now when you start this push, we're going to be, what, 5 to 10 seconds off the clock. First man is this. Sibs was 0-5. Great headshots on the lids. Now he's on 4 in a row, and he's starting to hit his beams onto all 3. Sib is now on 6 in a row.
I am a bit aroused, Joe. Kismet with a final one. 5 rounds for Subliners is Sib gunning them down. And now the laugh for Skies is back. Not sure I've seen that since map 1.
It's been a long time. But he held the middle of the map down on his own.
This was a 4-1 lead for Rocker. I think we deserve around 11, though. So
I mean, but now you have another cruise to work with as well. Just Sib was able to earn it.
Oh, that's a good point, Joe. 6 straight for Sib, 6 straight for Hydra. Gunless is currently 0-7. I remember I pointed out like 0-3, and like Spart was 9-0. Gunless has not been able to get anything going, and well, plays that Hydra and Sib have been making, I kind of understand it. They just want to send it right up the gut. All the pressure is here for NYSL. They're backing up quickly. If you're a Rocker, the streak's going to come in. Oh my God, nearly going to clip the tower, but able to get out. Trying to wrap it back in. The ride leads nowhere. Hydra gets the kill, though. Gunless on the board. Thank the Lord.
Oh, this is very tranquil in here.
Oh my God,
This is a meditation room.
I can feel the zen.
Huh?
I have no idea, Joe.
Oh, Zen.
Yeah. Not Zenny. Although I can always feel him too. Lynn's pushing on through. Finds the kill. 3 versus 2 now. Now we're at the club. Oh yeah. Dodging nades.
Oh, and let's hit
Taking
another
names.
one. I mean, what a round. 0-7. They were in a 3 versus 4. He gets them 2 picks, and you wanted a round 11. Here we go.
Gunless steps it up in a big time moment there in the round 10. And my God, you're what? You're on 5 straight map 5 victories. If you're a rocker after starting 2-5 in game 5s, it's been your bread and butter. Do you got another victory here? You able to beat Optic? Going all the way to another song and dance here. There's been great adjustments from subliners. I thought Rocker might be dead in the water, but they pull away the round.
Yeah, I mean, it was very similar last round where you had Rocker in sort of that 2-1-1. You had Linz inside the middle alley. You had Standy B side. The other 2 were A. But it looks like this is just going to be maybe an early, fast 4-on-4 at A.
Here we go. Here we go. And it's Sim. Right back to shooting. The hard counter is here. What do you do if you're a rocker? You've invested in this.
You hit your nades. You got to go, I feel like. Sim is still weak.
He's on 50 HP. They're able to wrap around. Finally able to deal with him. You bring this back to a 3 versus 3. 1 mid-map in Hydra. 2 set up deep in Skies and Hydra.
And they're so worried about it. I mean, you see the way Gunless and Linz are backing on up. You have no info really outside of A. Just trying not to get picked. Standy looking around. They're going to try to wrap this. They're not liking what they're seeing. Skies is watching the long flank. But it could come down to the timing Hydra gets middle alley. Okay, so maybe it's a double fake. We're going to go back to A through mid.
Oh, the fake on top of the fake on top of the fake.
I think it is. It might work out. This timing might work out. Hydra is through. He's taking B side. So you're going to have a 2-on-3 for a little bit over towards A.
What's the timing going to be?
York just has no info right now.
You poke out. Kismet able to put you away. Hydra now going to pounce. All going to be on to Linz now. 10 seconds to go. Last alive. Oh, God. Oh, God. He's able to kill him. 1 versus 1. He gets the bomb. Not going to go for the plan. Trying to chase him down. He goes left. Player went right. Round is done, and subliners get the win. What the hell was that round 11?
If that first burst, it like delayed him a 2.5 or so, he could have collected the bomb and got it. It still would have been close.
Still close, maybe.
But
Yeah, maybe.
he knew he didn't have the bomb in hand. Wow, what a series.
And what a round 11. A game of swings and emotions throughout the series, throughout the round 11. But for the teams kind of